All right, UFC Baku, Hill versus Rountree is this weekend. I'm going to give you my picks and predictions for the whole card. My overall record is 153 and 76. I had a really bad week of predictions last week. Prelims were pretty good, but I went 1 and 5 on the main card. I apologize. Like that's all I can say is what a fucking terrible main card. I didn't expect Menefield to I didn't expect Umar Sy to look that bad. I remember saying he's not that good. I know I said that, but I didn't think he was gonna lose to fucking Plotty Menefield. That was a tricky one. Yeah, just didn't expect fucking Buckley to forget how to shoot to defend takedowns, but I'm not gonna bitch about last week's predictions. We're gonna get right because I am still the best fucking predictor on YouTube. I just had a fucking Lucas Tracy-esque week. But let's get into it, dude. UFC Baku in Azerbaijan. Love that the UFC is going to a new place in Azerbaijan. It's just very interesting territory considering it's like very close to where there's a fucking world war about to be started. Thanks, Israel. Thanks for that one. I'm gonna fucking say it. Good luck. I'll fucking speak my mind on it, bitch, motherfuckers. Gonna get dragged into a war. That's fucking sick. Thanks. We all know who fucking started it. Don't want to go into it. Let them fucking deal with it themselves. But regardless, we got Hamdi Abdelawab versus Muhammad Usman. I'm gonna go with Hamdi Abdelawab. Muhammad Usman's got the good ape index here. Like he's got the 7 inches of reach, especially comparative to the same height as Hamdi Abdelwahab. Hamdi Abdelwahab definitely has the wrestling advantage. Um, Listen, he fought Jamal Pogues in a spar. Sorry, he sparred Jamal Pogues publicly in his last exhibition match. It seemed, and I thought he lost, and I picked him to win by robbery decision. I actually picked him to win pretty easily over Jamal Pogues. I'm not going to predict like I picked a robbery, but I'm going to fall back on the robbery decision here as well. I think anytime they're in the Middle East, the first fight on a card is a guaranteed robbery for the Middle Eastern fighter. It's just what they do. It's absolute clockwork. I think Mo Usman's probably going to have the better straight punches in this. I just think Hamdi Abdelwahab doesn't have any volume. Like the volume when he was fighting in his last fight was non-existent. He just stood there and took punches and never threw, looped an overhand once every 2.5 minutes. I think he's got the wrestling advantage for sure, and he's bigger than Muhammad Usman. Like in terms of size, Muhammad Usman's going to get to around 236 to 240. Hamdi Abdelwahab's going to be 265 in there. He is. And he's from Egypt. They're going to give him this decision no matter what. So I'm picking Hamdi Abdelwahab. I'm going to pick him to win by decision. They're going to call it a unanimous decision, and it's going to be an arguable decision. It's going to be a close fight that you can probably see going to Usman, but I'm going to pick Hamdi Abdelwahab to get it done. Dude, I'm telling you, this is how it goes, bro. These Middle Eastern cards, the decision goes to the Middle Eastern guy every time. Now, I don't know how they're going to, go with this one because they're both, from that area. But I'm gonna pick Tagir Ulanbekov. I think he's overrated as fuck, though. I just also think Azat Maxim is the most overrated guy in this division. He lost to Charles Johnson. It was actually a pretty close fight. I just I think he's a little. I think Ulanbekov's gonna be able to grapple here, stay on the outside, and I just listen. His name's Ulanbekov. Maxim, I get it, but he trains at Khabib's camp. Like Tagir's one of Khabib's guys. I just trust them to give him a close decision. I don't think Tagir's that good though. I think we're gonna see in this fight that he's really not good. I Dude, Maxim's not terrible. At plus 340, he's a good underdog to take. I just don't see them a close fight not going to the guy from Khabib's gym when they're fighting in Azerbaijan. Again, like I hate to say that that's going to be taken into account here, but I'm taking it into account. I'm going to pick Ulanbekov. I don't think he's that good, but I think his submission ability and his grappling is much better than Azat Maxim's. I do think Azat Maxim's a better striker, but I think there's going to be a lot of clinch fighting, a lot of grappling in this fight. So I'm going to go with Ulanbekov to win this fight by a decision here. Irene Alexeva versus Claudia Segula. Um, I don't fucking know about these women, dude, but all I'm gonna say is Irene Alexeva. I mean, she looks like she's got some fucking daddy issues in her past. I'm just gonna say that. She looks like she gets really fucking angry over nothing. Like the kind of person to cuss you out on a fucking train because I don't even want to say burp because that's kind of disgusting to fucking do in public. But she's the type of person to like cuss you out because she saw you scrolling a video that had something that she didn't like on it. Just like that's just how she looks. She lost to Melissa Mullins. So is she even like good? She lost to Melissa Mullins. She's a Sambo girl, and I'm pretty sure if I remember this Mullins fight, she got taken down a couple times and controlled by Mullins. She did. She got outgrappled like crazy against Melissa Mullins. Didn't even get taken down. She got herself into a takedown and she got control. Maybe against the cage? She got a knockdown. Maybe she's got a little bit more pop than I'm remembering. Let's just check out this Claudia Segula girl. Because that fight that they had was a long time ago, and I don't like the inactivity from someone as fucking terrible at fighting as Irina Alekseeva. Oh, okay, this is the fucking I get smoked by Melissa Mullins card, I guess. They're all getting fucking smacked up by Melissa Mullins, dude. So I'm gonna pick Irina Alekseeva. She's Russian. Claudia Segula, I mean, just looking at this, she's from Poland, so you know she's based. But she looks like cuter, and I'm going to go with Irina Alekseeva by Butch Woman Power. That's just what I'm going to pick here, dude. We're fucking based now, man. After all the shit that's going on, I'm not fucking mincing words. I'm fucking saying it how it is, and everyone's going to have to goddamn deal with it. I'm going to pick Irina Alekseeva by Butch Power. I think she's just going to be able to grapple her way to a decision win here, maybe a finish. Why am I even analyzing this? Speaking of Melissa Mullins, she's got a fight coming up here against Daria Zalesniakova. Want to know what's funny about Daria Zalesniakova, bro? She's also lost to Melissa Mullins. What is this card, dude? This is just the fucking... Melissa Mullins is beating the shit out of everyone on this card. You know what I mean? I'm going to pick Melissa Mullins to do it again. I think she's going to win. Yes, she lost to Nora Cornell, but it's Nora Cornell. Like, she's pretty butch as well, and she's actually got some talent and skill. So, I think Daria Zalesniakova's not good. Claudia Segula, she KO'd in the second round, right? She decisioned Alekseeva. She already beat Daria. She fucking lost to Nora Cornell. Let's go back to Daria here. Daria stinks. She got subbed by Eileen Perez very quickly in their last fight. She has fake lips. You know how I feel. She lost to Montserrat Big Booty Rendon, man. I'm just... she's terrible, dude. When you have fake lips, you get any kind of plastic fucking surgery, you're not taking your UFC career seriously. I'm not picking you. I'm not. So I'm going to go with Melissa Mullins to win a decision again. I think this card is going to start out really fucking bad. 4 terrible decisions in a row. Then we get to my GOAT, Yoon Young Park versus Ismail Nordiev. I'm going to pick Yoon Young Park here. I think Ismail Nordiev is a little bit better than people have been calling him for going to a decision with Bruno Silva. But, like, then again, is he? He's got finishes, and then he comes to the UFC and he can't finish Bruno Silva. Kind of takes him to school a little bit in the striking, but this guy was a finisher. When was the last time he got subbed by an armbar in 2022? Don't love that. He also was submitted into an arm triangle, though, or a triangle choke a while ago. I don't love the level of comp here, bro. Sean Brady, he lost a decision to, I will say that. He's not terrible, man. He's slick. He's younger and getting better. But I think I'm going to trust Yoon Young Park's old crafty man ability here. I am. I think Yoon Young Park has a great jab that he's going to be able to use very well. I think Yoon Young Park has much better grappling. But then again, like, it's Yoon Young Park, 34 years old. Someone that the UFC doesn't necessarily need to push or really want to be fraud checking people they want to push. We're in Azerbaijan and Ismail Nordiev's from Morocco, so you know what? I just think Yoon Young Park's better, though. I'm going to trust the decision to go the right way here. I'm going to pick Yoon Young Park to win. Ismail Nordiev could win a robbery decision. I could absolutely see it happening. I'm going to pick Yoon Young Park, though. I think his jab is much better. I think he's got good cardio, good pressure. And I think his grappling's really, really good as well. So I'm going to pick Yoon Young Park to win this fight. Probably a decision, possibly a submission. Oban Elliott versus Seokyoung Ko. I'm picking Oban Elliott by KO in this fight. I think he's got grappling. I think he's got good striking at this point. If I remember, yeah, this fight against Cavalcanti for Seong Kyung Ko sucked to watch. If I'm remembering it the right one. Yeah, he went to decision with him and just kind of out-grappled him as a massive underdog. I don't think he's that good. I really don't. So I'm going to pick Oban Elliott because I think Oban Elliott's pretty good. I think he's got better speed than he used to have. He's younger and improving constantly. He's a promotable guy. I'm going to pick Oban Elliott by round 2 TKO. That's what I'm going with. Round 1 TKO, honestly. Oban Elliott, round 1 KO. Moving on, Bogdangrad versus Muhammad Naimov. I'm picking Muhammad Naimov. I think that Bogdangrad is super overrated. Yes, he won his last fight, but I guess the opponent wasn't that good. Bogdangrad's tough. He's gritty. I just don't think he's that good. Do I think Muhammad Naimov's that good either? I don't think he's top level. I don't think he's top 20 at featherweight, but I think he's better than Bogdangrad. I think he's got better striking. Maybe not as much power, but I think his straight punches are better. I think he's a little bit more technical in the striking. And in the grappling, I think he can defend himself against Bogdangrad, where Bogdangrad's not going to just marotte through some grappling positions here. I'm going to trust Naimov to get it done, again, from Tajikistan. He's going to be the guy more likely to get a decision here. I'm going to pick Muhammad Naimov to win a decision. So far, this card is looking like a decision fest, man. As I say, the card's really good. It's like we're looking at... I think this fight is going to be shit and sloppy. I think this fight will have some decent scrambles, but will ultimately be low output. I think these two fights are obviously going to be crap. I actually think this fight's going to bang. Not going to lie, I think this fight's going to bang. I think we get a good finish here from Oban. And then I think this fight's going to be very lackluster as well. And I think it's going to be a decision to Muhammad Naimov. Moving on, Nazim Sadikov versus Nicholas Mota. I actually think Nicholas Mota is pretty good. I do. But Nazim Sadikov's rep in Azerbaijan. Even though he trains out of New York, I think he lives in New York right now. He's repping Azerbaijan, and that's going to matter. It's going to mean something. I actually think this has fight of the night potential, but I'm going to pick Nazim Sadikov to get it done, and I actually think he's going to be able to find a submission here against Nicholas Mota. Nicholas Mota, a lot of you might remember him getting chinned by Manuel Torres with the nastiest elbow of all time, but then he had a fight with Trey Ogden that it was a no contest. I don't remember what exactly caused it. He knocked out Tom Nolan like stiff. And then he schooled Mahashate in a very entertaining fight. Showing constant improvements. I think the hands are good, but I'm going to lean with Nazim Sadikov in terms of the kicks and the grappling, and I think that's what he's going to be able to use to get it done. I expect this to be a really good fight, really fun fight, but I think Nazim Sadikov ultimately gets a submission here. I think he can submit him probably late, because Sadikov has done a good job of like not really slowing down. He beat Bonfim. He submitted to McKinney. I'm going to pick Sadikov to get it done. And I think it's going to be a finish. Submission, ground and pound TKO. I'm picking Nazim Sadikov here. Not a hot take. He's minus 500. Muktabek Oralbai versus Tafik Mostafayev. Dude, I do not understand these odds. How is Muktabek Oralbai only minus 170? I'm going to put the fucking house on him, bro. I'm literally gonna. I'm going to go Oralbai, and I think he's going to get it done by submission in round 2. I think he's going to be able to get Tafik Mostafayev down after he's beating him up on the feet for a while. I think Tafik Mostafayev is going to be the guy that a lot of people pick because, oh my goodness, Tafik Mostafayev? Dude, you should have seen his fight in Bellator and PFL. This guy, man, he has a gnarly overhand. Congrats, dude. You watch other promotions. He's fighting shit competition like he is. He really is. And he's so low output. And if fucking Maktabek Oralbai didn't get knocked out by Mateusz Rombetsky with the shots that Rombetsky was landing, Mostafayev or Musayev, Tafik Musayev, keep calling him Mostafayev. I don't know, bro. Is not winning, bro. I get it. You watch him in other promotions, and that makes you fucking hardcore. But Mike DeBeck Oralbai's taking him to school, and he's probably going to get an arm triangle submission here. I'm going to say round 2. Curtis Blades versus Rizvan Kuniev. Again, this is going to be one of these ones where people are going to go, dude, Rizvan, monster, man. He knocked out Hanan Fahea. I know that because I watch other promotions. He sucks ass. If you watch other promotions, do you know that he popped for PEDs and has no business being in the UFC? He's just getting a top 5 fight because Blades has fought a ton of fucking people up here already. And they're like, oh, well, if we can try and insert a random name up in here, we can promote him as the guy that beat Curtis Blades by robbery decision and fucking knocked out Hanan Fahea. He's the next guy for Aspinall. That's what they're trying to do here, but I don't think it's going to work. I think Curtis Blades is going to beat him so dominantly. I honestly can see him getting a ground and pound KO in round 2. I can see Blades beating him up on the feet. He has an insane ape index, dude. His reach is insane. 80 inches of reach. I think he's going to school fucking Rizvan Kuniev. I think he's going to use the jab. He's going to land some really good shots in the boxing. I think he's going to defend all the takedowns and then get some takedowns of his own and land monster elbows and find a ground and pound TKO in round 2. I'm going Curtis Blades in this fight, late round TKO, late round 2, early round 3. That's going to be my prediction here. I think he gets it done. And this main card's starting to heat up, right? We've had good fights here with Oralbai putting on a 2-round masterclass off Mustafayev, Blades masterclass over Kuniev, Sadikov and Nicholas Mota, fight of the night contender. And then we get to Ignacio versus Rafa Fiziev. I'm picking Ignacio Bahamondes, and I'm picking him to win a decision here. Maybe a finish. I just think Rafa Fiziev is going to have a really tough time finding Ignacio Bahamondes. Honestly, I'm going to pick Ignacio Bahamondes by KO. I think he's going to land some fucking crazy flying knee or spinning back kick. Like, he's going to land a crazy KO. It's not going to be a straight right hand like he got with Manuel Torres. He is going to use really, really good jabs, have some good boxing here. I know that Fiziev's Muay Thai is much better. His low kicks are very good. But I think Ignacio Bahamondes is a problem. He is a very big problem for a lot of these guys in the division. When you're looking at a 7-inch height difference between him and Rafa Fiziev and still a 4-inch reach difference, that's a lot. Ignacio Bahamondes has great cardio, has a submission game. Even not that Fiziev is going to even take him down or get taken down, but if this goes to the grappling, I think Bahamondes is a better grappler. Even though Fiziev's takedown defense is very good, I think Bahamondes is a much better grappler in terms of submissions and being able to ultimately get control. And in the striking, yes, Fiziev's going to be faster. He's going to be crispier. He's going to look prettier. But he's going to slow down in rounds 2 and 3, and I think that's where Ignacio Bahamondes is going to start running away with this fight and end up landing a crazy front kick KO, flying knee KO, spinning heel kick KO, something crazy in early round 3. I think that's where it happens. Fiziev's very, very good, but this is such a tall task for him, and he has no momentum going into this. I also think he's turning around a little quick after the Gaethje fight. It's only been 3 months, and he took a bunch of damage in that fight. It's only been 3 months, took a bunch of damage, and he rushed to get on the card in Azerbaijan. He wants to rep for his people, and I think in some cases that's going to hurt him because he's going to want to rep for his people, go to war, and not in the way that Israel does, but he's going to want to rep for his people, and he's going to want to go out there, put on an insane performance, and I think it's going to get him caught. I think Ignacio Bahamondes is going to catch him with something crazy and knock him out. And then he's going to have to be like, all right, I'm going down to 145, and then he might lose at 145, you know what I mean? Because, like, he's cutting weight and has to... I'm scared for the career of Rafael Fiziev at this point, because he's had some shit luck recently. Like, he went out there, had an insanely close fight with Gaethje. Insanely close fight. That he loses a majority decision. You could argue it could have been a draw. He goes out there against Mateusz Gamrot, and they're having a decent scrap. I think Fiziev is going to end up getting the better of Gamrot as the fight goes on, and then, even though, which is crazy to think because he has no cardio, but He ends up losing via a injury. Then he gets Gaethje on super short notice again, and he loses 29-28. It's just... It's been a tough go for Fiziev, and now he's getting a really dangerous guy in Ignacio Bahamondes. So I think Bahamondes is getting it done. And I get Bahamondes also has a quick turnaround, but he didn't take any damage against Jalen Turner. He subbed him in a round. Fiziev took a bunch of damage against Gaethje. Got knocked down bad in that fight in the second round with an uppercut. And I just think Fiziev doesn't have the power to put Ignacio away. So I'm going to go with Ignacio Bahamondes to win this fight by round 3 KO. Something crazy. Then finally, Jamahal Hill versus Khalil Rountree, the only underdog I'm taking on the card, man. You know I'm picking Jamahal Hill. You know I'm picking Jamahal Hill. I pick Jamahal Hill every time he fucking fights, dude. Look at this shit. We'll go through it. Hasn't worked as well for me the past couple times. I picked him against Yuri, saying I think the straight punches are going to be better than the crazy shit Yuri does, and Yuri doesn't defend his face. Little did I know Yuri was going to inherit insane head movement. I picked him against Pereira, saying that Pereira is very hittable, and Jamal's going to find the straight punches. He had a lapse in judgment, lost a little bit of focus, and Pereira caught him and knocked him out. I picked him against Glover. He schooled Glover. I picked him to KO Santos. He KO'd Santos. I picked him to KO Walker. He KO'd Walker. Everyone he fights, I pick him against. And it usually works except for those last 2 fights. But he's fighting championship caliber guys. He had a great second round against Yuri Prochazka and even had a good... He got knocked down in the first round, but he had a good first round where he was also landing some strikes, having some success, went to war, and I hate the fucking hate that this guy gets. He puts on wars for everybody. Every time he goes out there, he's in a fun, super entertaining, crazy fight. Jamahal Hill is a walking fight of the year contender anytime he steps in the octagon, and people love to shit on him for it, bro. He's so cocky, he talks shit. Alright, dude, why don't you be a fucking NPC and go watch all the TikToks of Khalil Rountree? Dude, I can't stand the way Khalil Rountree gets glazed. I got respect for Khalil Rountree. Put on a performance of all time against Alex Pereira. A performance of all time, right? He took a round, maybe 2 off of him. But like, I'm not using that as a reason that he's beating Jamahal Hill here, man. Yes, Jamahal Hill's footwork is not the best. Yes, that right hand comes down a lot, but I don't think it's going to be as much of a problem for Khalil Rountree because it's not like he's landing a check hook on that side. I think Rountree's going to struggle to find a little bit of the range. I think Rountree's legs are going to get kicked a lot. And dude, the NPCs, the way they talk about Khalil Rountree pisses me the fuck off. Oh my, this guy beats people up like he owes him money. Like they owe him money. He's got the heart of a lion. Super tough. I mean, that fight with Alex Pereira showed he's a true warrior. And everyone makes TikTok edits of him KOing jobbers, bro. He is a jobber. He's overrated as fuck. He is fucking overrated as fuck, dude. Like, I'm sick of it. I'm fucking sick of it, dude. He's overrated as fuck. This guy goes out there and just strikes in Muay Thai, has no ability to grapple. I think Jamahal Hill has a significant grappling advantage here. And Khalil Rountree's not that good, man. He's not. He's fine. But, like, I think Jamahal Hill's going to fucking put it on him in this fight. And Jamahal Hill builds as the fight goes on. So you're going to see him in 5 rounds really look his best. He may drop the first round against Khalil Rountree. But he will drop Khalil Rountree in round 2. And then he'll beat him up even more in round 3. And in round 4, he is going to land a punch right down the middle that slumps Rountree. Hill's able to switch stances, which is going to cause problems for Rountree. Hill is able to kick the legs, which is going to cause problems for Rountree. He's able to go up high with the kicks, with the body kicks. I think Hill's going to be able to absolutely put it on him here in this fight and masterclass him. I think Hill's going to drop the first round, but absolutely school Khalil Rountree as the fight goes on, have his best performance of his career, and people are going to all of a sudden jump back on the Hill train like they love him. You should be loving Jamahal Hill. He's the fucking man. You don't like him because he yaps and talks shit. Sorry he tries to make the entire actual fucking fight week interesting. He's the only guy that does try and make it interesting. And you guys all like he's mad disrespectful to Pereira while y'all were in his fucking daughter's DMs talking mad shit. Like, I'd be fucking mad too. So would you. So stop acting righteous. You dumb pussies, dude. Seriously, it's fucking annoying. Y'all righteous as fuck. And then you all act like he was being disrespectful to Yuri. No, he wasn't. He was just talking about how he's better than him and he's going to win. What do you want him to do? The Khalil Rountree treatment? Man, he's just so good. I don't really know what I have to do, but I'm going to give it my all. That's really entertaining. Thank you for the insight, Khalil Rountree. Great job. Thank you for the insight. I'm so much more hyped for the fight now that you talked like that. You might lose. Damn, I'm so glad you're coming out here to look good. It's so annoying to me, man. It really is. It's like these people fucking watch UFC through TikTok. They make edits and they go, Khalil Rountree beats people up like they owe him money. He went to Thailand, came back a totally different guy. Bro, I get it. You watch Rogan. I get it. You like TikTok. I get it. That doesn't mean Khalil Rountree's going to go out there and beat Jamahal Hill. How the fuck is he a favorite? Because he lasted 4 rounds with Pereira and Jamahal Hill got caught coming off an injury that he came back early for just to save UFC 300. Y'all like to say Pereira saves UFC 300. He saves all these cards. Jamahal Hill fucking saved UFC 300 too, and it cost him his title. It cost him his fucking title. He's coming 9 months back after an Achilles injury like he's fucking Aaron Rodgers. You guys are absolutely insane. The hate for Jamahal Hill is too much. I fucking hate that people hate this guy. I don't. You guys are allowed to hate whoever the fuck you want. I'm not trying to sound like a fucking communist over here. But, like, make it make sense, bro. Like, y'all fucking hate on this dude for the wrong reasons. How do you not want fight buildups? And when you see this, bro, he said nothing but nice things about Pereira and the way he raised his kids. Alex Pereira couldn't be fucking bothered to do something like that. Because he sees that the fans fucking troll Jamahal Hill, so he's like, oh, let me jump on the train, let me fucking people please. The guy's the fucking Charlie Kirk of the UFC at this point, says whatever he fucking wants people to hear in his comment section. And then acts like he's fucking based for saying it. Now I'm going on another fucking tangent. But I'm sick of the Jamahal Hill disrespect, bro. He's going to fucking school Rountree this weekend. I think he absolutely puts him out cold. I'm picking Jamahal Hill. Let's go through the picks one more time. Jamahal Hill, Ignacio Bahamondes, Curtis Blades, Miktabek Oralbai, my lock of the card, Miktabek Oralbai, Nazim Sadikov, Muhammad Naimov, Oban Elliott, Jung Park, could be robbed, Melissa Mullins, Irina Alexieva, Tagir, and Hamdi. If you guys enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. These are my predictions. I need to get right back on track, man. I had a tough week last week, but, I'm feeling a potential sweep this weekend, so let's go get it.